Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Obama's embargo. Obama has Texas pro-life efforts in his crosshairs, blocking the request of Texas lawmakers to exclude Planned Parenthood from a new family planning program. He calls it an illegal violation of the Social Security Act as the fight over Obamacare rages on in Washington. GantDaily.com says the White House administration did approve the Lone Star State's effort to expand Medicaid statewide, reportedly to establish programs enabling consumers to regain money lost from uncompensated care. A bit of a contradiction, according to Texas government. Governor Rick Perry says, quote, "I am concerned the Obama administration is playing politics by holding women's health care hostage because of Texas pro-life policies, sacrificing the health of millions of Texas women in the name of their pro-abortion agenda," end quote. Meanwhile, according to Cybernet News Service, documents released by the Department of Justice confirm in a memo from Kagan's own office staff that she was involved with Obamacare, though her recusal has not been confirmed. Clinic closures coming. Many abortion clinics in Pennsylvania may soon be closing after the final vote on a new law that will strictly regulate them as soon as the governor signs the bill. Insurance Newsnet reports the state house voted 151 to 44 in favor of the bill, which will hold abortion mills to the same standards as ambulatory surgical centers in the state, subjecting them to annual inspections as well as unannounced visits in response to complaints. The state also passed legislation earlier this week forbidding insurance companies from covering abortions in the Keystone State when Obamacare goes into effect, except in cases of rape, incest, or life endangerment of the mother. The law most recently voted in by the Pennsylvania government was written in response to the atrocious crimes of abortionist Dr. Kermit Gosnell, whose wife, Pearl, has just been convicted for participating in a late-term abortion, conspiracy, and participating in a corrupt organization. Legalizing assisted suicide. Canada's elderly, mentally ill, and handicapped are being threatened in a test court case for the legalization of euthanasia in this socialist country. LifeSite News reports the lawsuit, Carter versus the Attorney General of Canada, would legalize assisted suicide as a, quote, medical treatment in the country, while critics of the idea argue that such a law would empower the Canadian healthcare system at the expense of its patients and promote the abuse of the elderly. The suit is being brought by Gloria Taylor, a woman dying of Lou Gehrig's disease, who the Globe and Mail says wants to, quote, have the right to die at a time that is within my control, end quote. The challenge of the law was filed earlier this year in April and hasn't been put under scrutiny in court since 1993, when the law was upheld by the Canadian Supreme Court in a 5-4 vote. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Lifesaving Technology. Thanks to the latest technology, there is a new machine that can determine whether a patient is awake but not aware, while locked in a vegetative state, also known as a VS. LifeSite News reports researchers from the Brain and Mind Institute at the University of Western Ontario say they have a portable machine that can assess the consciousness of VS patients cost-effectively in their own bedroom. The group responsible for the project has found through testing the new device that up to 43% of VS patients have been misclassified and, when prompted, can respond by generating brain activity consistent with a healthy person given the same command. The brother of the late Terry Schiavo, Bobby Schindler, who fought to save his sister from being starved to death after she was diagnosed with PVS, says the technology, quote, validated the extremely biased, unscientific, and dangerous permanent vegetative state diagnosis, end quote. The technology is being praised as a good news by the National Catholic Bioethics Center in Philadelphia. Life of Christ, the director of Harry Potter in the world of cinema, is setting sail from his fantasy comfort zone with his latest idea to produce a movie about the childhood of our Savior. Chris Columbus's latest endeavor will be based on the book Christ the Lord, Out of Egypt, written by Anne Rice, best known for writing the popular book Interview with the Vampire. Columbus, who made the film Home Alone, says the new movie has the potential to be a cinematic classic and that he is proud to be a part of the incredible production. The book on which the movie is based tells the story of Christ at age 7, leaving Egypt with Mary and Joseph to go back to Nazareth, and how he discovers who he is and the purpose of his life. And finally, get real this Christmas and all year long. Just another reminder, with only a few more shopping days to Christmas, if you'd like to give the gift of a RealCatholicTV.com premium membership to a bishop, priest, seminarian, sister, or religious community, just click on the link just outside the screen to find out more about our half-price program. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex today, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.